Welcome to the Stanford Lee Show, the place for songs, stories, musicology, and more. This week, exotic sounds of India. Let's get started. So I'll admit it, I kind of jumped out of my lane a little bit this week. I mean, actually for a month or two, exploring sounds kind of outside of rock and roll and country. I was kind of growing a little bit, I guess you could say spiritually as well as creatively. And I was trying to, come back around and find a connection with what I'm doing because I know that culturally, if you get outside of your lane, you're either rewarded or punished severely. And I have all the good intentions and, and diligence in trying to explore cultural music. I mean, I've even, this episode, trying to understand Indian music, I realize from a education and cultural perspective, it's impossible. I even find limitations in some of the brass sections and horn arrangements that I do for certain types of music because they have a cultural context. And if you miss that, you miss a lot. So I have seen some successful examples of where that works. And I think that it works where there's respect and admiration, as well as a little bit of caution. I don't think it's for the foolhardy to just jump into a genre, but and I think it's wrong to just jump into a genre, but I think influences, we gravitate towards things outside of our experience because that's how we learn. I don't know, what have you discovered kind of outside of your sphere of interest?
So,
how do you feel about
music
that?
is a language, and so I know in many countries, when you show the genuine interest of learning a language, it's actually a homage to the people of that country.
Mm-hmm.
So when you as an artist step into what you say, crossing genres or learning different styles, you're not saying, or we're not saying that we're experts in that music, but we are showing them the respect of learning their music because it's awesome music. So that's my perspective. Whenever you play music that belongs to another country, you're doing it with respect and you're basically paying them tribute.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people can tell the difference, and that they do feel that way, that it's admiration and a tribute, as you say, to another culture. I mean, we can talk about Indian music, but for example, I don't know a whole lot about Latin music, but like Cal Jader is probably one of the most renowned Latin instrumentalists, but he's he's a Northern European, doing Latin American music.
Or people like Mr. Tito Fuentes,
Mm-hmm.
Who was married to Celia Cruz, one of the big percussionists of Latin America.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of similarities between the percussion in Africa and South America. They're very similar. They're played differently, but the drums look very similar to each other.
Oh yeah, and I'm kind of a little bit familiar with it just from listening to it. But and I'm trying to make that connection too. Like we're gonna show off your percussion kit a little bit because what you have is kind of around the globe. I like to think.
Yes, sir.
You've got what, you've got some tablas, you've got a djembe. What is that box thing? I call it a cajon. Is it called something else?
I believe just depends where you are regionally in South America. Some countries call it a cajon, which is a box. Some call it caja.
Oh, that's
box.
easy.
So just
a box.
Different variations of box is what they call it.
But you mentioned language earlier, so I think that's important. It's kind of like the beats kind of have their own syncopation or story they tell in a way. There's similarities.
Yeah, I guess music is a reflection of culture as well, so it kind of shows what people of any given region like, and it kind of speaks to their spirit, speaks to what they're passionate about. You know, every country moves to a different beat, but they all move to a beat. So there is that similarity that crosses all genres. Is the beat.
Oh, okay, it's the rhythm, yeah. And we usually tell. We kind of go like into a story in these episodes, and so I got in over my head a little bit. And you helped me out a lot because I think that I was going about it a nerdy way, trying to understand these tablas. I got kind of lost trying to write a song because I felt like, hey, I've got, a few pieces here, some music, that's kind of, outside of my sphere, but the song was slow to come to me. And what happened was I was trying to identify a force of interference in my life. And so I came up with this line of, you can be the brightest and still not know the way. It was kind of interesting because I felt like this person that had this motive to interfere and cross a boundary, which is kind of what I'm trying to do musically. I'm trying to cross kind of a boundary where I'm stuck creatively.
Yeah.
But I wanted to explore that, like what it would be like to ride across 1,000 plains and try to find this place through faith, or to listen to 1,000 songs and still not find the one that really connects, or to open all these doors and still be left wondering. Because I think that I was trying to put together this person's motives and a higher purpose, and I feel like in life we get on these journeys where it is kind of like a cascading effect of you keep trying and you keep trying again, and then it's like I guess after a while you get further. It's like you do have that wow moment, but before that you feel like you're struggling with 1,000 journeys, or you're trying to listen and trying to enter into something, and it doesn't quite happen. And I'll share a little bit with people that our audience. Some of them are songwriters and musicians like we are. And what was that you were saying about mantras? Because that helped me out a lot. You actually use that a little bit in your creative process, I think.
Yes, sir. If you look at bands like the Beatles and just some of the great bands and projects, they found the power is in the repetition of things. So and that's in essence what a mantra is. Not to minimize it, because mantra is something spiritual, but it is, when you can get your mind, body, and spirit behind something by constantly repeating it, and what you say and what you do, then eventually it all lines up. And to what you're saying earlier, if you try and take a scientific approach, which we all do to figure something out, it's going to slow you down if you just do science. But at some point, you have to kind of go, like in language, you can know all the words in the dictionary of that language, but if you don't know the regionalisms and the dialects and how it applies, you're never going to reach the people with that language. And so that's the beauty of music.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's so much nuance in that. And the journeyman approach too of just going the distance with it. I think one of the other things I wanted to share with the audience was so I was able to write a song. I don't know if it was a great song, but it's we talked in another episode about kind of like a grand filing system that creative people have. It's like okay, I've written a song about it, I can file it away, and that means something, and then I can kind of move on to the next thing. But there's energy in that. You know, it's like if mantras really work, it's kind of like you're making a manifestation or a discovery or wish and putting it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool in that respect.
And others can encounter that file that you projected, and hopefully it can help them take whatever journey they're trying to take.
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. And, you know, more about, you know, the musicology. I felt like, okay, so I don't know that a lot of artists have totally succeeded at Indian music with Western roots. I think that George Harrison, what was important about that artist, you know, George Harrison of the Beatles, was that he was an entry point to that music. See, that was really important. He was kind of like the John the Baptist to, you know, the Ravi Shankar, you know, the great, you know, artist that played sitar. You know, he's kind of like he was able to bring that to the West.
Yes.
You know, and carry that with him. And his spiritual journey became interesting to us as an audience because we could see how much he grew from the Beatles and what his music meant to everyone.
So maybe this would be splitting hairs, but it seems like the person you're talking about, I guess his success lied in the fact that he did not try and emulate the style of music from India. He basically took the time and learned the philosophy. And if you look, their philosophy is embedded in all their great hits of the repetition in mantra-like form, you know, that catches the world all singing along to it.
Oh yeah, totally. And I love that he brought that. I mean, he really did bring that to the West. I mean, we're blessed with it. And that was before, you know, we had the discovery through the internet or social media. It's like he was able to bring that to us. And I think there was a significant artist in the 90s that was in the band Kula Shaker that was really successful at interpreting Indian music. And I got a lot from that too. So, and I'm still on my journey, you know, but it's like, you know, I'm not bringing the East to the West. I'm just, I'm a student trying to learn, you know. It's
we all are.
You know, part of our journey. So that's what I had to share about exotic sounds of India, and maybe you'll appreciate the song that we're going to share with you.
Across 1,000 plains, you can ride across 1,000 plains with faith in your heart that you'll find the way. You can listen to 1,000 songs. You can listen to 1,000 songs, not one of them captures the love you've known. You can open 1,000 doors. You can open 1,000 doors. Not one of them opens the mysteries in store. You could be the wisest, but still not know the way. But still not know the way. Know the way. Know the way. Across 1,000 plains. You can ride across 1,000 plains with faith in your heart that you'll find the way. You can listen to 1,000 songs. You can listen to 1,000 songs, not one of them captures the love you've known.
And we'll see you next time on the Stanford Lee Show.